Meross is a company that I've been eyeing for quite some time, so when they contacted me and offered to send me not one, but two of the new Matter devices, I agreed. They've recently launched a lot of Matter-compatible products such as thermostats and roller shutters. However, this time we're going to take a look at the newly launched MS605 presence sensor, the successor to the MS600, as well as the MA151H smoke detector and the accompanying MSH450 hub, which also doubles as a siren. I'm going to cover the initial setup process as well as the features that are available in the Meross app and third-party smart home apps. First off, thanks to Meross for sending me their products for test and review. They haven't seen the video or script in advance. But let's begin by taking a look at the MA151H smoke detector and the accompanying MSH450 hub. Unboxing the smoke detector and hub leaves you with no surprises really. The smoke detector comes with everything you need to get it mounted, meaning a mounting bracket, screws and also adhesive tape. Meross also includes batteries, which isn't always a given with devices like these. You'll also find an Ethernet cable and a USB-C cable to power the hub. And besides a few manuals, that's pretty much it. So let's get a closer look at the actual hardware. The smoke detector can be bought in 3 different configurations: a single smoke detector, a starter kit, which consists of a smoke detector and hub, and lastly a multi-room kit, which consists of a pack of 3 smoke detectors and a hub. Meross has sent me the starter kit, which means that I'll be setting up a single smoke detector and a hub. The first important thing to note about the MA151H smoke detector is that it does require the MSH450 hub. Without it, it's simply a regular smoke detector with no smart home connectivity at all. But the build quality is really solid. And while aesthetics are always subjective, I think that this is one of, if not the best looking smart home device of 2025. There's just something about the sleek form factor and that metallic mesh on the side that makes it feel very premium. The MA151H is powered by 4 AA batteries that Meross claims will last you about 3 years. I gotta give credit to Meross for choosing batteries as common as the AA type. Far too many smart home manufacturers choose obscure CR type batteries for some reason. Foreshadowing for the presence sensor, by the way. The smoke detector has its own 85 decibel alarm that senses smoke using its dual photoelectric sensors. These photoelectric sensors enables the smoke detector to distinguish between smoke and steam, which will lead to fewer false activations of the detector when you're, for example, cooking. But besides alarming you using its built-in alarm, the smoke detector also communicates directly with the MSH450 hub. Even though I normally hate having to add yet another hub just for one company's products, this one actually makes sense. You see, the hub has its own built-in 110 decibel siren that will notify you if smoke is detected. If the smoke detector triggers the alarm, it can be deactivated by pressing a button on the back of the hub. Extra security and ease of mind is essential for products like smoke detectors, and in that regard, the MA151H really hit the mark. You can also deactivate the alarm by pressing the body of the smoke detector itself, which is also how you do a self-test. So with an overview of the hardware out of the way, let's set this up and try to connect it to SmartThings and Home Assistant and see how it goes. So once you've paired the hub with the app, you'll want to pair the smoke detector with the hub. And to do this, you'll have to open the Meross app, press the plus sign, and then navigate to the Smart Sensor and Alarm category in the app. Choose the smoke detector and then your hub. And since we've already added the hub to the app, we'll just press the I have already installed my smart hub option here. And then it says that if the light on the front of the hub doesn't start blinking, you'll have to press the pairing button on the back twice. But since it's blinking, it means that it's ready to pair the smoke detector. So I'm going to press the next option. I'm going to open the battery compartment and remove the battery tab. And the smoke detector makes a very loud buzzing sound. And that means that it's turned on. So hit next. And now we want to press the test button, which means the entire surface of the smoke detector 3 times in order to initiate the pairing process. And almost instantly the hub found the smoke detector, and it also made a very loud beep. And then you can rename your smoke detector to something that you can remember and hit next. And from here, if you've bought more than one smoke detector, you can add another one, or you can just say that that's all you have. And currently it says that the device has been removed, and that's due to the battery plate not being mounted. So once I re-add that to the smoke detector, it should say that everything is fine and everything is working as intended. And from the Meross app, you can look at the current state of the smoke detector. For example, it tells me that it's removed at the moment, again, because of the battery plate. But it's also here that you can monitor the smoke detector state. And you also get a few settings like what kind of alerts you want to be notified about. For example, if the device has been set off by smoke, you probably want to be notified about that. But also, for example, if the battery plate has been removed from the smoke detector or if the battery is getting low. So all of these settings are something that can be adjusted in the Meross app, but they can't be adjusted in other smart home apps, even if you added it via the Matter connectivity. Just something to keep in mind. Another setting that I would advise you to turn on is the automatic built-in self-test. This will initiate a self-test once a week to ensure that everything is working as intended. So if something does go wrong and a sensor, for example, is malfunctioning, it will notify you of that so you can replace your smoke detector. You can, of course, add it to automations inside of the Meross app. So for example, if a smoke is detected, you can turn on or off other Meross devices. I don't have any other Meross devices other than this smoke detector. So inside of the Meross app, I'm not really able to utilize the automation capabilities that this has. But if you do have other Meross devices, it can be automated or used in automations inside of their own app. But other than that, there really isn't a lot to talk about when it comes to the smoke detector inside of the Meross app. It tells you if it's been tampered with, and it tells you if there is smoke, but that's really it. And since we've already linked the hub with SmartThings via Matter, it should have already shown up inside of SmartThings. And yes, here it is. So right now it's telling me that no smoke is detected, which is very good because there is currently no smoke. For some reason it shows carbon monoxide detector. It doesn't have a carbon monoxide detector. So I think this is just a quirk of the Matter implication from Meross and how it exposes it via Matter, because it is only a smoke detector. But it also notifies you about hardware problems. And inside the settings, you're able to set the detection sensitivity. I'm not really sure how much of a difference it makes setting it to high or low. I would personally keep this at a medium or a high. I would rather have false positives than not being notified about a possible fire. But it's possible to adjust those settings if you want to. And of course, also just like in the Meross app, you can add this to routines and automations within SmartThings. Just to be sure, let's try and also add this to Home Assistant and see if we get other features than we do in SmartThings. And right away, the hub was found by Home Assistant, and it also shows the smoke detector being connected to the hub. And just like with SmartThings, it's easy to see the current smoke state and also some basic diagnostics. If you're planning to use this smoke detector outside of the Meross app, it's important also to notice that it's not possible to start a test of any kind. So starting a self-diagnostics test is only possible to do via the Meross app, which is kind of a shame since I know Matter is able to do that, since I've tested the MS1 from Senserio, which you can see on my other social media. And that smoke detector, which used Matter over Thread, was able to start a hardware test from within Home Assistant. But with the Meross smoke detector, it's apparently not an option. You can always initiate a test by pressing the initiate test button on the smoke detector itself. So it's not like you need the Meross app to start a test. But if you want to have it automated and have it run on a schedule, you'll need the Meross app. So after adding the smoke detector to the Meross app, Meross recommends that you walk to the place that you want to have it installed and press and hold the self-test button for 1.5 seconds. If you hear one beep, that means that the connectivity between the smoke detector and the hub is stable. But if it beeps 3 times, it means that connectivity between the hub and the smoke detector has been lost. In that case, Meross recommends that you either move the smoke detector or the hub so they are closer together, ensuring a stable connection between the two. And that's really all I have to say about the smoke detector. It's a smoke detector, it does what it's supposed to do and does it well, and I haven't had any dropouts or any connectivity issues the time that I have had it installed. So if you still have some questions about the smoke detector that I didn't answer in the video, feel free to leave a comment or hit me up. Next, let's take a look at the MS605 presence sensor. In the box, Meross includes a battery, and sadly, it's a CR123A. I would have liked the more common double or triple A type, like they use in their smoke detector, but oh well. They do claim a battery life of up to 3 years on standby, which, to be fair, if true, I doubt that a double or triple A battery would be able to provide. You will also get 2 Velcro strips for mounting the sensor on the wall, a battery compartment opener, that's a first for any smart home device that I've ever seen, and also a manual in different languages. And then of course, the sensor itself. My first impressions was that this is a bit chunkier in real life than it looked in pictures, but then I compared it to other sensors such as the newly launched IKEA Mug Spray or even the very small Philips Hue motion sensor. And next to those, it's really not that big of a sensor. I guess the tall form factor makes it look bigger than it really is. Meross calls the MS605 a 4-in-1 sensor. First off, it has a millimeter wave sensor used to detect small movements, such as your breathing. It also features a conventional PIR sensor for detecting larger movement that helps the sensor to preserve battery life and also to distinguish between inanimate object moving and something alive like yourself moving in front of the sensor. Lastly, it also includes a light sensor that senses the ambient light in the room. And this thing I'm weirdly excited about because the MS605 actually updates the ambient light values every 5 minutes, regardless if motion is detected or not. Usually motion sensors only measure the ambient light when motion is detected to conserve battery life. The only other device that I have encountered that does this are my Philips Hue motion sensors, which I use in automations specifically in my kitchen to determine when to close the blind. Okay, but wait, that was 3 sensors. I thought that Meross said this was a 4-in-1 device. Well, on their website they include the battery readings as a 4th sensor. I don't, but maybe you do. Anyways, it's just a minor nitpick that really shouldn't take away from the positives of the MS605, because there is a lot I like about this sensor. To place it, you can use the built-in stand that allows you to place it on a shelf or hang it on a wall using the included Velcro strips and adjust the angle and rotation after the fact. It's also IP67 rated, which means that you can use this without any problems in humid areas such as the bathroom. Not many sensors are rated for humid areas, so this is a very welcomed addition. Unlike the smoke detector, which requires the hub in order to be exposed via Matter, this presence sensor uses Matter over Thread, meaning that the hub is optional as long as you have another Thread border router. But just like practically any other Matter compatible presence sensor, you still need the Meross app if you want to configure or change any of the settings on the sensor itself. Luckily, the sensor connects to the Meross app using Bluetooth, so even if you do want to configure the settings, the hub is still not required. The sensor can detect how far away you are, and this distance is divided into 6 zones. Each zone can be used to trigger automations in the Meross app, and each zone can be configured individually in the app as well. And the main setting you might want to configure is the sensitivity. Here you're able to configure the sensitivity of each of the 6 different zones to an impressive specificity by sliding these blue lines. You can also configure the amount of motion that is required for the sensor to continue reporting presence. It might seem a bit overwhelming at first, but it really allows you to dial in the precise amount of motion that is required for your space and your automations. Lastly, the cooldown time for absence and presence can also be adjusted. By default, it's set to 30 seconds before the sensor reports the space as unoccupied, and 0 seconds for reporting it as occupied. But both can be adjusted to as low as 0 seconds and as high as an hour. With all of the settings configured, it's time to add it to other platforms using Matter. To add it to other platforms, press and hold the button for 5 seconds, after which the LED on the front will begin to blink orange. You won't lose connection to the Meross app if previously connected. you'll simply add it to a Meta platform as well. In both Home Assistant and Google Home, you get these same features. 3 motion zones are exposed as well as the ambient lighting level. For some reason, each entity is duplicated in Home Assistant. They weren't at first, but at some point either Home Assistant or the sensor decided I needed 2 of each, which is kind of annoying but doesn't really break anything. But unfortunately, the 3 zones seems to all detect presence at the same time, no matter how far away or close I am to the sensor. So in practice, you only get a single presence or no presence sensor in both of these platforms. SmartThings, on the other hand, only shows a single zone, which reflects the practical functionality of the sensor. You also get the ambient light readings as well. All of the platforms can use the presence detection as well as the ambient light in automations without any problems. And every time the sensor has been added to a single platform, it's been rock solid and highly reliable. I haven't had an automation fail on me a single time. In fact, I plan on replacing the Philips Hue motion sensor that I mentioned earlier with the MS605. So yeah, I would recommend the MS605 if you're on the lookout for a reliable Meta-compatible motion and presence sensor that also measures the ambient light level. If you are interested in the MA151H smoke detector and the MSH450 hub, Meross sells both in a bundle for $62 with additional smoke detectors costing $42 each. The MS605 is priced at $40, which I genuinely think is a very reasonable price considering the reliability and feature set of this sensor. I've added affiliate links to the products in the description, so you can check them out if you're interested. If you have any questions, feel free to either leave a comment or hit me up directly. Otherwise, that's it for now. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.